Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. It's Canada Thanksgiving, so yes, it is actually Thanksgiving. We're going to head out to the cottage this afternoon. As you can see, a little bit of color left. It is cold today, about 3 degrees Celsius, so it definitely feels like fall. You can see there's a big patch back there where all the leaves have come down, so we've got selective color left in the woods. And I always like to go for an afternoon walk before we have our turkey dinner and see what I can get for the last of fall color. Hannah's home for the weekend, and her and I are going to grab the cameras and go for a walk and just see if we can get any wildlife or fall colors. Let's do this. I know you like turkey. You can come too. Okay, so for heading out to the cottage today, we're going to take our wildlife lens. We've got the adapters 2x and 1.4 for the wildlife lens. We've got our landscape lens, the Tamron 17-28. And here, I'm going to bring a lens. Guys, this is going to sound funny, but it's true. The Sony 51.8. I have never taken a picture with this lens. I bought this lens and it ended up sitting on the shelf because I just had so many other lenses that covered that range, but it's so light, it weighs nothing. We're going to take some pictures with this today. Yeah, I blew the dust off of it and we're taking it to the cottage. Beautiful light and color behind me, as you guys can see. And I just want to touch on that first and foremost, this channel was always a photography channel. When it was first made and videos were uploaded to YouTube, it was a photography channel. We have expanded into many different things: metal detecting, paranormal, ghost hunting, exploring, camping, fishing, hunting, you name it, we do it, droning. But first and foremost, this channel always was about photos, photography, gear, reviews, the things I use, and then showing you guys the results we got. And I am not going to change that. And I am thankful that 98% of you guys understand what this channel is and was always about. So thanks for watching and supporting us when we do videos, you know, in regards to gear, and we talk about gear and we talk about things we're going to buy and jobs we've done, and here's the results. Thank you for getting it. And those of you that don't, we can't hear you anymore. We can't hear you. Yeah, so Thanksgiving at the cottage doesn't just mean turkey dinner, it means flu shots for everybody when you have a doctor wife. Surprise, everybody's getting a flu shot before dinner. Okay.
When you slow it down, throw off the rules like our shoes on the golden ground, and sway in the autumn breeze. You are beautiful when you look at me. Can you feel my love? Oh, 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 oh. Can you feel my love? Oh, 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 oh. Can you feel my love? Can you feel my love?
two is definitely enough. And
Okay, so we got home from the cottage, and I just wanted to show you guys, Amazon Days was this past week, and I ordered the QRP5 New Year plates. These are Arca Swiss compatible plates, and I'm converting all of my cameras will now have that on it. And I've ordered a new tripod that's going to take that base. I've ordered a mount for my other tripod so that it will now take these plates. And then I'll show you guys, if you remember this little PGY Tech Mantis pod that we got also takes those plates. So all of my cameras will now be using that system. Also, this Moman camera cooling fan came in. We're going to open that and check that out tomorrow. That's for the ZV-E1 to keep the camera cool. So I actually thought we better charge this up tonight. So I took it out of the package to take a look. It is super light and small. And if we turn the fans on, you don't even hear them. Put it on 2. And you still don't hear them. They're super quiet. Okay, so I haven't charged this yet, but I wanted to show you guys it comes with a bunch of different outer housings for different cameras, and this is the one for the ZV-E1. Here's my ZV-E1, and what you have to do is this flat piece on the bottom goes behind the hinge, goes inside there, and then the door latch will actually catch on this flat spot here. I'll show you guys. If you put it in backwards, it won't fit right. And there's an audible click when it goes in properly. And then you can just turn on the fans when the camera is running, and it will cool it as long as you're running it with the door open. Pretty cool. I don't know. We'll find out. It was $27 on Amazon Days, so we had to try it. Because my ZV-E1 notoriously overheats, I'm going to say 17 minutes pretty much on the dot every time we use it. Cannot record any longer than that, so we have a baseline 17 to 20 minutes. We'll say we're going to run it with that fan on there on high, and we'll see. I'm hoping we can double the amount of time we can record, and we'll do some experiments. We'll find out. If not, do we just waste, $30 with tax and whatever? Well, we'll find out. It was worth a shot. I'm hoping it works. Okay, you know what, earlier today, guys, my mom stopped by. She was going up to Grant's for Thanksgiving, and I opened a case of beer so I could give her 6 beer, and I dropped one on the garage floor, and it got dented, so I didn't want to give her that earlier, but we'll open that because I want to talk very briefly about that 50mm lens that we use today, which is the Sony f1.8. Let's crack a beer and just take 2 minutes to talk about this. My channel will have a beer when we want. Even though I'm so full right now from turkey dinner, I will drink this light beer. Okay, so about this 50. Don't mind me, I'm out in the garage because the house is noisy town. Hannah's back and she's playing with her sister and mom's bugging her, and it's noisy with laughter and love. So we're going to hang out here where it's quiet and I can talk for 2 minutes. I have literally never tried this lens since I bought it. It is one of the cheapest, if not the cheapest, Sony lens that you can actually buy. 50mm standard lens, f1.8, so very low light. And I have to tell you guys, the images that I'm getting with this are fantastic. Very, very sharp in the middle. Nice bokeh in the background. Just a standard 50mm. It's very light, like 250 grams, something like that. Like, it weighs nothing. If you are on a budget, this is hands down one of the best lenses you can get. Now, being picky Gary, who owns the newest, latest, greatest lenses, which are ultra quiet and fast for autofocus, this does not meet that standard. It actually makes a bit of a buzzing noise when it focuses. It sounds like the SAM motors. Now, if you guys remember when Sony first came out with like the 2875 for the A99, it had a SAM motor. I forget what the SAM stands for, but it wasn't SSM. The SSMs were supersonic motors. They were quiet. SAM was like the cheaper alternative. Well, that's what it sounds like is in here. It sounds like the old mechanical lenses. You hear a bit of a bzz, 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 bzz when it's focusing. Now, the autofocus was, I'm going to say, 80 to 85% of where the newest, latest, and greatest are. Multiple times, I use tracking, a center spot in the middle, and I put it on my subject, and then I move the camera and I frame around where I want the person to be, and it holds tracking. Well, it would not hold the people's eyes with this lens. Quite often, I would say 30-40% of the time, I would have to go back up, grab their eye, and then recompose again a second time. So the autofocus is not like the latest and greatest. But if you look at the image quality from this lens, and I did look at a lot of other channels before I bought this, because even though it was cheap, I'm like, I don't want to waste $250 if it's no good. The sharpness, the image quality is on par with the Zeiss version of this lens, which is a Sony Zeiss 50 1.8. That lens costs $1,000, guys. So if you're not worried about a little bit of motor noise and that the autofocus isn't absolutely stunning like the newest motors, it's instantaneous, right? It's not going to be instantaneous with this. It takes a second or two. But it does work. It's very fast, and it is very good for what it is. For $250, it is, you got to give it like 4.5 stars. So would I recommend this? Yeah, if you're on a budget, absolutely. Could be one of the first and only lenses that you need. Now, the other thing that I did find why this sat on my shelf for a long time was that 50 millimeters for me, I'm used to shooting on the 35. I like a little bit wider field of view, and I found this tight. Even taking pictures of the mother-in-law working in the kitchen and the kids, playing around, doing stuff, I found it was just a little tight for certain things. I like a 35, and I think that's why this sits on the shelf. Do I regret buying it? No, because for the price of it, just taking it out and filming one Thanksgiving with it, it's paid for itself. So that's about all I can say about this, guys. It is what it is. It's a great lens for the price.